Please be seated. Dana, you look beautiful. Nate, not so bad yourself. For those of you who don't know me, I am Tyler Caputo, brother of the bride and friend of the groom. Welcome, family and friends. We are gathered here today to celebrate one of life's greatest moments, the joining of two hearts. Today, we witness the union of Dana and Nate in marriage. On behalf of Dana and Nate, I would like to thank you all for being here today to share in their joy and support them as they begin their new life journey together. As we prepare for this beautiful ceremony, we kindly ask that you turn off your cell phones and other electronic devices. We want everyone to be fully present and enjoy their moments with us. Thank you for your understanding and cooperation. The bride and groom would like us to take a moment to reflect on those who cannot be here with us today. The bride's grandparents, Richard and Lavina Cabot and Joe Kilbane, and the groom's nana, Jane Hall. Dana and Nate have asked me to share a few words about their journey together. I will start with a story about how Dana and Nate first met. I would like to call out that this was from Dana's side of the story. Nate will have to corroborate at a later time. While at OU, Dana and Nate were in the same class together. It was an engineering and teaching cohort. Nate, being the elite college athlete he was, piqued Dana's interest. But of course, her first thought was, dumb John. Then, after a few more days of looking at his cauliflower ears, she decided she needed to do more digging. One of Dana's good friends was on a project team with Nate, so Dana asked about him. Her friend shared that Nate was doing most of the work. Dana can appreciate a hard worker, so she liked hearing this. She decided to take her shot. On the day of final presentations, she wrote her number down on scrap paper and was prepared to hand it to Nate. But as soon as the presentation ended, Nate sprinted out, and Dana thought she lost her chance. But wait, there's more. One day, Dana decided to download the app Bumble. And while scrolling, she accidentally swiped the wrong way on Nate's profile. Dana was adamant to make this work, so she deleted the app, reinstalled it, and was able to find his profile again. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what it takes to find the man of your dreams in the 21st century. In no time at all, Dana had, and I quote, cracked the case of me hard and quickly obtained the upper hand in their relationship. Things were going well, but Nate was ready to take the next step and make things official, a step Dana was not quite ready for. Now was Nate's time to be on the offensive. The two began texting over winter break of 2018, and when they returned to Athens, they planned to meet up. Nate invited her and her roommates over to a pregame, and being the gentleman he is, offered to pick them up. The hangouts became more frequent, 3 to 4 times per week. About a month into this, Nate decided to ask her to be official, to which Dana responded, not yet. This did not perturb Nate, as he decided to ask a few more times in the coming weeks, only to get the exact same response. This dedication eventually paid off on February 27, 2019. Dana officially agreed to be Nate's girlfriend. There are rumors that Nate took Dana to his trophy room as a last-ditch effort, and it may have been what made today possible. For those of you who are not aware, Nate is quite the decorated high school wrestler. Back in 2015, he was even the runner-up state champion. The funny part is, to this day, I have still not seen Nate break out of one of Dana's headlocks. As Nate and Dana finished up school, their dating was forced to be long distance until Nate convinced Dana to move down to Columbus, where they got their first apartment together. Columbus was fun for both of them, but after about a year, Dana realizes she wanted to be back in Cleveland, closer to her family, so they made the decision to move north. The young couple was unsure where they wanted to be located and didn't want to rush into anything, so they decided to move in with Dana's parents. This is my interjection. I don't think they really knew what they were getting into, because there were several other tenants at the inn. Dakota, Wilson, the family pets, Spencer, Kate, myself, my dog Ella, a brief stint from Jake and his dog Junior, and many visits from Rebecca, Sam, and Travis. And then, to make things a bit more complicated, COVID took the world by storm. Here's a direct quote from Nate. Even with COVID, this was a great year. Living with Dana's family and becoming closer with all of them solidified the fact that I wanted to marry Dana and be a part of the family. I will leave out the part about Nate ruining the holidays by bringing COVID into our home 3 days before Christmas. That story makes sense in another setting. Nate was a fan favorite to all of us. He is incredibly selfless and willing to help anyone with anything. I guess it was pretty nice to have Dana back around as well. But I will say, I think Dana was getting a little bothered by how close her brothers were getting with Nate. We began working out almost every day, playing paddle on Fridays, enjoying the finest dining experience Favorite has to offer, Coyote Mexican Grill, which usually turned in one of the best nights of Nate's life. If you've gone out with him, you know those are pretty frequent. And one of our favorite traditions, which is Thanksgiving Thursday. For any of you that know the father of the bride, you know that he is quite the chef. And if you have ever been over for dinner, you know whether there are 3 attendees or 15, he is still cooking for a minimum of 40. I am convinced that if it wasn't for the ladies in our lives, we may still be living in that house today. Actually, if that were the case, I don't think we'd get to today. After what seemed like years of searching, Dana and Nate found a beautiful home in Cuyahoga Falls, where they live today with their pets, Groom, Penny, and Bonnie. Nate had his plans set to propose for some time, and coordinated with Kate, the bride's sister, on how he would pull this off. Nate wanted his friends and family to be there to celebrate, and having just bought a house, he thought that a housewarming party was a perfect excuse to have all of these people over without Dana expecting a thing. The day of the engagement and housewarming party rolls around, and Nate is his usual self, helping getting the house prepped as Dana made sure everything was perfect for the guests, kind of like today. Now something happens that put this engagement at risk. While trying to fix a light fixture on the wall, Nate was leaning on the armrest of their couch, which snapped in half beneath him. Nothing like a little stress to add some excitement to the day. Well, this is one of the last straws for Dana, and she did not want to have people over anymore. To which the cool, calm, collected Nate said, "We're having this effing party." And within about 30 minutes, the young couple was happily engaged. I am so happy to be standing here today with these two as they begin the rest of their lives together. I hope tonight really is one of the best nights of your life. At this time, my beautiful wife and sister-in-law to Dana and Nate will share a poem.
They say that sometimes love starts with a spark. And that might be true, but if I were to wish you a love, I wouldn't wish fire for you. You see, fire is powerful. It burns bright, and then it's gone. It's beautiful and warm, but it doesn't last long. So instead of wishing you a love that burns, I wish you a love like a river twists and turns. It changes and it flows. It is powerful and free, but it consistently finds its way back to the sea. And so, like the water, I hope your love is ever growing, ever changing. I hope your love is powerful and free. And may you always find each other like a river finds the sea.
Thank you, Becca. I have reached out to friends and family to give me one word that best describes Dana and Nate. I saw this at a wedding before and thought it was pretty cool, but I had no real plan in place on how it would play out. For Dana, some of the words we got were compassionate, creative, disciplined, empowered, loving, determined, and authentic. For Nate, loving, supportive, dependable, thoughtful, kind, loyal, genuine, and a little bit annoying. After the first few responses, the story kind of wrote itself. It was eerie how similar the responses were. It became incredibly apparent to me that Dana and Nate have the perfect characteristics to build a strong foundation that their marriage will continue to grow on. Marriage is awesome. It is fun. It is adventurous. It's the simple things, like some blue Gatorade when you've had a rough night. Marriage is also hard. It's challenging. It can be sassy. But these characteristics that you and your friends and your family see most often out of you are what you are going to rely on to push you through those hard times. Never forget these qualities in each other and let them guide you through your ever-growing, ever-changing, and everlasting relationship. At this time, Gia, cousin of Nate, will share a poem.
I finally found a book I couldn't put down, but this time that book is a person. And I wanted you to know that I already know I would read this book again, and again, and again. And I might even bend the pages on my favorite parts, even though we've been told we're not supposed to do that. But if there's anything I know, it's that love doesn't care about the rules. I know that all books come with endings, but endings are the least of things I would risk to love you. Endings are the last on the list of things that would never scare me away from you. Because I finally found a book that I couldn't put down. And if it's all right with you, I think I'd like to keep what I found.
Thank you, Gia. Dana and Nate have chosen to privately exchange their personal vows. Dana and Nate, the vows you are about to take are a way to share your love and commitment to each other. Please join hands and look at one another. Thank you. Dana, you take Nate to be your lawfully wedded husband, to have and to hold, in sickness and in health, for richer or poorer, in joy and in sorrow, for as long as you both shall live. Nate, you take Dana to be your lawfully wedded wife, to have and to hold, in sickness and in health, for richer or poorer, in joy and in sorrow, for as long as you both shall live. May I have the ring, please? These rings are a symbol of the unbroken circle of love. Love freely given has no beginning and no end, no giver and no receiver, for each is the giver and each is the receiver. May these rings always remind you of the vows you have taken. Dana, place the ring on Nate's finger and repeat after me. I give you this ring as a symbol of my love.
I give you this ring as a symbol of my love,
with the promise to love and support you today, tomorrow, and forever.
with the promise to love and support you today, tomorrow, and forever.
Nate, place this ring on Dana's finger and repeat after me. I give you this ring as a symbol of my love.
I give you this ring as a symbol of my love,
With the promise to love and support you today, tomorrow, and forever. With the promise.
with the promise to love and support you
Today, tomorrow, and forever.
today, tomorrow, and forever.
By the power vested in me in the state of Ohio, I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my great honor to present to you for the first time as a married couple, Mr. and Mrs. Hall.